We are live.
Live.
Yes.
So happy and excited to be here again today with these amazing business partners and the co-presenter for today. Wow, it's such a privilege to be here and to be your host on today's session. To our viewers and our returning viewers and those that will be watching the replay, thank you for always coming back to join us on this session every day. We do not take your presence here for granted. And today we are discussing a particular topic that is so good, that is applicable to life, to faith, to business. And I can assure you that you are going to get value from each and every panelist here this morning, because we are going to be dishing out nuggets. Before we roll in fully, I would want everyone here to introduce themselves. I'm going to be starting with Mentor Juliet, then to Mentor Beatrice, and to our coach here on the session. So, Juliet, over to you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, our viewers. I'm happy to be here today. Thank you, Mentor Foluke, for inviting me to this program. I'm always excited when it comes to this program. Thank you. Yeah, my name is Juliet. I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm married. I have my family here in Atlanta, Georgia, streaming live from Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm a caregiver and also a successful mompreneur and a business owner. In my business, I call it all the good things in life. Oh yeah, business money, dancing, business money, happiness, business money, mindset. Like when you are done, when you come to this business, your mind will be bubbling all over the place. I'll just leave it from that place and give it back to my sister, Mentor Foluke. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the short and exciting introduction. And now over to you, Mentor Beatrice.
Thank you so much. I also appreciate so much for being part of these panelists. The go-getters, we're here. Thank you so much for inviting me to this wonderful topic. I cannot wait to hear what Coach has in mind, his nuggets. I can't wait. Where's my pen? My pen right here. My name is Beatrice Onkware, streaming live from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not your host this morning, but I know Foluke will have it down packed today. And in the medical field, I'm also a proud digital business owner, a mompreneur at that. With that, I give it back to you, our wonderful hosts.
Okay, thanks for the introduction. And now I pass it to our coach.
Wow. Thank you for inviting us. I am very happy and grateful this morning to be here, and I'm looking forward for wonderful session. I wish I can have my pen too. I might be driving, so I'm gonna go back and listen too, because I know this is gonna be a nice topic. My name's Adeslas Ndega, originally from East Africa via Nairobi, Kenya. I reside in Atlanta, Georgia. I am in North Carolina because I also do this tracking business. And I'm also a proud digital business owner. And I am one of the so excited people to be here. And I know I can't wait to hear you host and facilitate this meeting. I am looking forward. It's going to be jammed with nuggets, and I can't wait to hear the rest of it. So I'll give it back to you, our wonderful host.
Okay, thank you, Coach. And I am your host here for today. My name is Foluke Adebayo, originally from Nigeria. I'm mom to 3. I have my education background in accounting. Presently, I work as certification officer. And on the side, I'm building this amazing digital business to, fulfill my dream and to also supplement my household earnings. Today, we have a very wonderful topic that is so dear to my heart, and I believe all our panelists here today are just more than ready to do justice to this amazing topic. The topic we are looking at today is faith plus business, building wealth without compromising your value. For a very long time, many of us, we've thought that faith stays in the church and business stays in the marketplace. That if you pursue wealth, you must compromise. That's a very wrong ideology that so many people have. That if your ambition, you are somewhere less spiritual. That's a very, very, ideology too that is, people have believed over time. But what if it's not true? What if building wealth is a stewardship? What if it's obedience and an assignment that you and I have to, to fulfill? So I'm going to be opening the curtain and we are going to be starting with our first question. And that will go to Mentor Juliet. Please, the question here is, how did your faith influence your decision to start this business? Please talk to our audience.
Thank you for that question. That's a great question. Yeah. How did my faith influence my decision to start this online business? Honestly, it was everything to me, because when life did not go the way I expect, I have to, because it was overwhelming for me. I was missing out the moment for my kids, not having time for my family, and too many things. And I had two choice to choose: to stay stuck in my 9 to 5, or to look for something else that will build legacy for my generation. So I started trusting in God for different parts. So trusting in God for different parts, my faith remind me that I was creating for more, not to survive, not just for survival mode, because that is what God said. God said that we should work and help others, not just for only our family. And I'm not doing it for only my family. I'm doing it to help my community too, to help my people back home, because Africa, you know how it is. So I don't just want to just provide for my family. So I want to provide for everybody. And again, still being obedient to what God wants us to do in his that's in his scripture, not compromising myself because I'm doing business. So starting already, I have to answer this question every day for myself. Fear always whisper, sometimes loud, but I go back to my faith and claim my confidence back, because that is the only thing I can hold on to. But faith always whisper louder when this fear come, especially when I go back to God and tell God, you said I should do something. My hands are here for me to work for myself. I'm doing this my 9 to 5. I'm doing this business so that I can be able to help my family, help my community, help my people back home. So that faith stays with me, and it always help me when I'm building. It help me when I'm learning. It help me when I'm showing up anytime for my business. So starting this business was not just about income only. It was also about alignment, aligning with my faith, aligning with the people that believe in me, and also creating life where I could be present as a mother to my children and a supportive wife to my husband and my family too, and my extended family. So my faith helped me to move from working non-stop to working with intention. Because before, when I came, I was working non-stop. I was always burnt out. But now I am building. I'm building from abundance, not from fear. So I am also walking that journey. And one obedient step I do every day is to, when I wake up, I acknowledge that I have somebody up there, that's God up there, that wake me up. So I first of all appreciate him and thank him, do my devotion, then come to my business and do my house choice. So I always felt that everything I'm doing, I don't need to ignore God. I have to put him first, because that is my faith. With that simple thing I do every day take me small step to go forward further and forward in my business and make me succeed what I want in this business. So I give it back to my wonderful host. Thank
Wow,
you.
wow. You have, okay. Beatrice has something to add to that particular question, but before I give the floor, I just want to, like, acknowledge very, very important points that Juliet had mentioned. Like she said, it's everything. You can imagine what life would look like without faith. It would be like a blind man walking aimlessly. I love the fact that you said, it's everything to you, because faith, appears in virtually everything you do. And because of your faith, you refuse to stay stuck, and you choose to act differently by getting started in your business journey. And I love the fact that you said you acknowledge God in everything, because we cannot take God out of everything. No matter how well you plan, you choose, or you feel you want to build, if God is not in the center of it all, it is, my people will say, Oyo for you.
On your own. OYO.
As if you're on your own. So thank you for that wonderful submission. And Beatrice, you can please add to the same question.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Juliet. You had very good nuggets. I know our viewers, are writing them down just like me. I just wanted to add that, when I read the Bible from First Chronicles chapter 4 verse 10, that prayer of Jabez, which tells he was asking God to expand his territory. I also was in that prayer mood. I wanted God to enlarge my territory. Then I read Proverbs 3 verse 5, from verse 5, which says, trust in the Lord and he will direct your path. Okay? So, I want my territory to be enlarged and I want him to direct my path. Then I read Hebrews 11, which talks about faith, So faith, to have faith as a substance of hope and evidence of what you already don't see. So when the business was, presented to me, I stepped in by faith, because the fact that it even came to me after praying and wanting, that by itself is an answer, So I step in by faith even without seeing the full picture. So like Juliet said, it's all about faith. It's all about God, nothing to do with me. I give it back to you. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Stepping in by faith. That is, putting everything to God. I'm here to do what I need to do, but the end results, you are going to bring it my way. And that's the best way to go, because many a times people generally will not always look at what will the end results be. Like coach will always say that I think I had a conversation with him sometimes, is you don't look at the picture from the beginning. Yeah, because that's what I could get from me that day. What, like, you want to run an ad? I think that was the confirmation. What do you think the end result of your ad would be? Putting me through some affirmations. I'm running this ad, I'm seeing my distributors coming, I'm seeing it's working for me, and that. Exactly. So that is stepping into something by faith. Even if you have not done it, you just want to do it, but you know that the end result of it is going to deliver amazing results. Thanks for that addition, Beatrice. And now it's a question for Beatrice at the same time. And this one is a 2-in-1 for you. I know you are more than able. So, have you ever faced a moment in this business where your faith was tested? That is the A part of the question.
All right. Absolutely is my answer. Of course, in the business, like any other business, there are slow seasons, And in the slow seasons, doubt can creep in, comparison can creep in, even silence can creep in. And you start wondering, you start even asking, are you sure this came from God? Or is this for me? Or, so many questions come in. But Galatians 6:9 reminds me that in due season we shall reap. So for you to reap, you have to stay with the plan, be obedient, be consistent, and be anchored in faith, of course. And in due season, you will see the fruits. So while I'm here, I am reminded to stop chasing outcomes and just focus on being a good steward. Do my part. As a farmer that I am, prepare my ground, plant my seeds, make sure they have water, they have sunlight, and in due season, I'll get my fruit.
Wow.
That's all I can say in a nutshell.
Okay, that's amazing. And the second part is what did you learn from those moments that you faced challenges in the business? What did you learn?
The challenges, those challenges, there's the word in the word challenge. There's a word change. So you like I just said, I learned to be patient. I learned to be consistent. I learned to do my part, so that the rest God will do. But I also need to do my part.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And I love the way you put it that you stay consistent. Many a times people want change in their life, in business, in marriage, in everything generally, but they are not willing to do their parts, not willing to pay the price, not willing to be consistent. And in such situation, there's no way there can be a change. We've seen people that, start one project or the other, even start the business. But when they open the training sites, they will be like, oh my God, what the heck in the name of a training is this? Just because they are, from the start, they are kind of overwhelmed. They are not even ready or willing to put their head down to learn, to go through the process of learning what the business entails. And those are the people you will see complaining, things are not working, these are not doing, when they are yet to do their own part. And it's when you do your own part, that is when, God would put profits or success on that, because you've done your own part, and is always ready to even bless the work of our hand. So thank you, Coach, Mentor Beatrice. Yeah, Coach to be. It's not a mistake. For answering the question so perfectly well. So now I go to our coach in the house. And I have this question for you, sir. How do you balance building wealth while staying aligned with your values?
Awesome. That's a wonderful question. And the best part of that question is that it separates wealth and the values. So first, I am going to bring them back together because they're one and the same thing. Because what I realize, when you realize how you do one thing is how you do everything, you realize there's nothing fragmented about you. And the values, what we're calling values, let's start with that part. Those values can be aligned to either, when you say wealth, I'm going to use your analogy of wealth, and I'm going to turn the word wealth into abundance, so that I can explain how I merge these two. And these two meaning also, they are also one. So how do I bring them together? So when you look at wealth, I call it abundance. And then I'll call values standard. So that the key thing that you want to match, because when you come to understand in a deeper level, there's a deeper level that you come to understand, you realize that everything before you in your mother's womb, everything about what you're calling abundant was already set before you. Everything is finished. And the finished product is both finished abundantly, that you can have abundance in poverty, or you can have abundance in plentiful. Now, if your standard, remember I said you have to set a standard. If your standard is set so that you can only be abundant in poverty, then the abundance of plentiful will seem to be not your portion, and yet everybody was supposed to be in the abundance of plentiful. Now, if your standard is not in alignment with it, what you're asking, then the challenge is going to be your results are going to be very frustrating because of your standard, not because God hasn't done it yet. God has finished whatever you want. He only wants you to be in alignment. That's why it's a walk of faith. When you say faith, the other word I'll replace it with, it's a walk of imagination. You only imagine what you want and focus on only what you want, and then go through the process. Because in the process, it's going to build you. When you go through the challenges, those are building character, building blocks. So that's why I don't want you to go by sight, and he wants you to set a standard that is very high. So the standard I have set for myself, I call it, I raise the bar standard when it comes to abundance. Because if I can raise the bar, then that standard can always keep me in alignment, and also can always remind me when I fall off of the standard, so that I can realign to the standard. So what is the bar? The bar is an acronym for 3 words that are very, 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 very important, that I gotta always remember to keep the standard very high and always go back to alignment, because every time I'm gonna go back to my left side of my brain and I'll start seeing things as physical, and I'll forget that every physical is only a demonstration of what is happening in the invisible or the spirit. And the spirit, I'll keep it in another word, I'll give another word to the spirit, so that even if the viewer is watching, because sometimes we hear these words over and over and over and over, and we don't even realize in the principal perspective, what is it? Spirit is only energy that is flowing, that is intelligent energy, that can be anything, can become anything, and it conforms to your standard to give you the results of your life. So if your standard is high, that's why I realize the standard is very important for me. So the first thing in that standard, in the bar, is what I have to keep raising is believe. Believe. And believe is only 2 words. My state, I can be in a state of suffering, or I can be in a state of feeling as if things are not happening. I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling or watching how things appear. Or I can be in a state of powerful state, because I know I come from power. I am powerful. I don't need any condition for me to feel that way. And then another thing about that, be and live. Now I can live on a very high level, because I believe all good things that God has already done for me. I live there expecting those good things are going to come. So now, even if I'm going through the character building that I have to go through, because my belief can be very high, my character might not be there yet. So I'm going to go through some challenges so I can change and become my belief, so I can live what I see. So I have to raise that belief. I have to believe even bigger. I have to believe even faster. And then be willing to go through the process without losing my belief. The second thing is, A, in the bar, I have to raise my actions. I can't say I'm believing bigger and I don't match actions that are matching my bigger place where I'm going. So I gotta keep acting as if, first of all, I've already got the results, and then I go to the physical level and put the actions that are matching what I want. And the last one on that bar is R, results, because I know that's the only thing that will not lie. So as I look at those results, I know, number one, even though it might seem like in the physical I haven't gotten the results I want, I have to start getting so excited with the results that I'm imagining in my head until the one I see on the physical level becomes exactly what I saw in my imagination. So that's why I say my standard that allows me to be in alignment or stay aligned with the plentiful that I've already been given is that I raise the standard. I call it, I raise the bar. That's how to answer that question, and I hope I brought meaning to it. With that, I give it back to you, our wonderful, wonderful host.
Perfectly well said. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, Coach brought home some very, very wonderful points here that I just have to put it down. Yeah, talking about, is standard and setting the standard on three things, and the three of them one leading to another. You cannot just be believing that, oh, you want to be successful. You cannot just be believing and trusting God that you want this without putting the action. There's this verse of the Bible that says faith without work is dead. And that's what a whole lot of people say. You can't just be believing, you can't just be having faith without being ready to put in the work. And, to the next one, which he mentioned, results. When you put in the action, put in the work, the results will not lie. It will surely follow, except if you are not doing it right and you are not being diligent about it. Thank you, Coach, for those amazing nuggets. Go ahead, Mentor Beatrice. You can go ahead.
I'm listening to my coach. I'm writing notes. I'm trying to think where he's getting this information from, because he's a leader and a reader. I've not pinpointed it, but I will. Because this bar business, this is new to me, but it's good. I loved it. I just wanted to add that for me, I'm reminded that wealth is just a tool, it's not my identity, and that will humble somebody, and also knowing that, wealth, when money amplifies somebody's character. When you find out that somebody finds money and now, they are doing bad things, or, it's because money amplifies what they were already. Not because the money is bad, but they amplifies the character that they already had. So for me, I realized that I'm reminded that wealth is just a tool, is not my identity, and that wealth is just an amplifier of my character. And so if my character is already good, money does not come to replace my character. I'm going to remain who I am and use this money, be a good steward to this money. That's what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the addition. Wealth is not a tool. It's just a tool and not your identity, because many a times when people get too engrossed with wealth, certain behaviors begin to set in. Yeah. If we see wealth as a tool, then we use it in the right way to support people, and it won't be in position to start controlling us to misbehave, which so many people do. Thank you for that addition. Then we have one more question, and I think I'm just going to deal with that before we wrap up for the day. But once I'm done, I would want Juliet to please talk to our audience and invite them to see our webinars and just encourage somebody outside there. So our first question is, in what ways has this business improved my family beyond money? This business is a business. Is a blessing. It is a business actually, but to me, it is a blessing. Because I remember before I started this business, my pressure was above the roof, because I solely depend on my 9 to 5, which is not sustaining me, but rather draining me, taking me away from my family, and gradually making me to lose focus of who I am. You can imagine somebody that work long, and at the end of the day, you cannot even step into your motherly role and show that love the way you should. just because you are exhausted. And you know, as a mother in the house, if you can't gather yourself, it's as good as so many things are scattered in that house. So I look at it that, oh, I cannot continue this in the long term. So to me, this business has has brought back me getting myself, becoming more composed, because I don't need to like run after. I want to work this, I want to work that, because to the great to the glory of God, my business is, you know, supplementing my income, and with that, I can be more present for my family in my house. Another thing that this business has done for me, like I mentioned, it has reduced my stress. Yes, I know those times that I was so stressed that you can't even think straight. But because I step into this business, I listen to things that bring personal growth to me on daily basis. I attend meetings, I talk with like-minded people. Then I think my vision and my focus is more aligned with what I want to become than what I used to be. And it's to me, it is a long-term vision for me, because I'm not just building a business here, I am building a legacy, something I am daily proud of, that I am building, that would replace my 9 to 5, and that would give me the future I deserve, and that I can hand over to my family, to my children in the nearest future. Yesterday, my coach in the business, she put up a post because she achieved another residual milestone in the business. And I think she had the first one last year. That yesterday's one was on her first stack account. And it made me to think deep that, oh, this is somebody that started, I think, about 4 years ago. If I don't relent, if I don't quit, if I stay to my why and keep going the way I'm going, it's a question of time. Just like when a coach said, if not just to believe, but to put in the work. Because when you put in the work, the results will certainly follow. So I just told myself, Foluke, keep going. Because this business, if it can, it's because it's tested, it's proven, and it's working for so many people. And we all in the business, we cannot be an exception, except if we are not doing the right thing. So I used that again yesterday to encourage myself and to tell myself, if so person can do it, so also I can do it. And I just have to stay to the vision and to keep going in my business. So, and let me give it back to Juliet so you can talk to our audience.
Yeah, before I talk to our audience, Joyce has a word there, so you have to acknowledge
Okay,
it
okay,
first.
okay, you've displayed that. Okay. Joyce, wonderful topic, loving it. Reminded me about these two verses, Hebrew 11:6. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. Yeah. And Psalm 127:1. Unless the Lord builds the business,
They build
is
the house.
labor in
Build the
vain.
house.
Yeah, the house. Then she puts in bracket business. It's builder labor in vain with you in spirit, guys. Okay, thank you for being with us, and we appreciate your contribution. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Beatrice has
Yeah.
contribution. Beatrice has contribution.
Yeah, we cannot finish before I say this one from Proverbs 13. I think Coach told me this one, and I kept it with me. That he says that a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. You know, so when this business gives us, it restores our time with our family, and we become available emotionally, like you said, you're available now, you know, as a mother. You know, that is deep. And this inheritance is not necessarily finances. It could be in form of, you know, uh, building your children now that you are with them, making sure they have courage, they have faith, they have a sound mindset. That is deep. For this generation, these Gen Zs, that is deep. And you know, our children, they are seeing our discipline, they are seeing our vision, they are seeing our resilience. That is deep. I met Coach's daughter. She's not even she does not even have double digits in her ears, but the way she talks, I can just God give me more years. I just want to see what she will become. Right now she talks way beyond her years. of course, because of daddy. And that matters more than anything. So this restored time that we are getting, beautiful. And we learned that there's something we listened to before, that you can reclaim everything else. You can even reclaim money if you lose it, but time you cannot.
You cannot.
And this business here is restoring your time. How beautiful is that?
Wow, wow, wow.
Give it back
Thank
to you.
you. Thank you for that addition. And that is to tell somebody out there that this business is not just about making money. It's about getting some other benefits like time and, you having that quality time to be with your family, which money cannot even buy. Because a child you fail to create time to be with, to nurture, to imbibe culture, good culture and values, and teach the word of God, your money that you are running after in working 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs will not replace that for that child. So let us work wisely. Let us work smartly. And that is why we say, work one job, start something by the side, build your business, regain that time so you can be a present dad and mom. Thank you for that addition, Beatrice. Over to you, Mentor Juliet. Please talk to our audience.
Thank you, Mentor Foluke, for that. I'm happy to close us up this morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are, those that watch us later and those that are watching us now. So we've done for today. Our website is there. Anybody that resonates with you, go there, put your email address, put your name, and tick that little box that you are acknowledging to watch the free webinar. This is free. After watching the free webinar, anybody that resonates with you, that you put your email and click on, send the person a message, and all your questions, write it down and ask your question. The person is ready to answer you, because here we answer all the questions that you bring. And not only that, after that, take action. That is the most important thing in it. When you take action and come in, then we are not going to leave you behind. We are going to take your hand step by step and teach you what to do in the business, and for you to succeed and build that legacy and generational wealth that you are looking for. Not only that, here we teach you about your mindset. We will help you out of that limiting belief that is keeping you in one side and take you to the next step. And without being told, according to Miss Joyce, we say the taste of the pudding is in the eating. You have to come inside and see what we are enjoying. If you don't come inside, you don't know what we are enjoying. You are sitting on the fence and judging us by the book. No, you don't judge the book by the cover. You read it and see what is inside. Come in and join us. So what I say here is, yesterday has passed. Today is the best day for you to register. 1, 2, 3, take action. So I give it back to Miss Folunke. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I will repeat that last word you said, take action. Because it's not just about hearing, it's not just about watching the replay or being here with us, but what matters is for you to take action. And the action you take today define what your next year will be. So I encourage somebody as well to take action. And this will be the end of our session for today. And we'll be back again tomorrow, Sunday, and even next week as well. So thank you for staying tuned till now. And feel free to leave your beautiful comments, and we'll be glad to answer any question you have. And bye for now.
Bye.